Hello everyone, True here, back with another video. I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day. And in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at probably one of the weirdest decks I have ever seen in the Pokemon format. This deck was piloted by Locke Nguyen. Probably slaughtered that pronunciation of the name, but that's fine. This is the deck he played at the Chills tournament that the Bird Control won. This is the second place deck. Normally I wouldn't take a look at two decks from the same tournament, but this deck is super interesting that I just had to take a look at it. And I don't even know what to call this deck. I guess I'm gonna call it Inteleon Box. I don't even know what the general idea behind this deck is. So this is a Frosmoth deck, or Moth box I should say. Frosmoth has the ability Ice Dance to make it so that we can attach as many water energies as we want on our turn to our water type bench Pokemon, which is an extremely powerful ability to say the least. And we're pairing up Frosmoth with Inteleon VMAX. Inteleon VMAX, before rotation wasn't that good, but now Inteleon VMAX has seen some pretty good success. First attack, Hydro Snipe, not a bad attack, 60 damage for 1 energy. Puts an energy from our opponent's active Pokemon into their hand, and Max Bullet lets us spread a bunch of damage for 3 energies, 160 damage, 60 damage to one of our opponent's bench Pokemon. So Inteleon VMAX, definitely pretty strong now because Pikarom no longer one-shots us because Electro Power is no longer in standard unless they play something like Vitality Band. Pikarom cannot one-shot us. So that's why Inteleon VMAX has seen some success after rotation. Pikarom's still good, but Inteleon VMAX now has some place in the meta because of Electro Power's rotation. Now we play a 3-2 line of that, and a very interesting conclusion. We've seen Inteleon VMAX with Frosmoth so many times, but Locke I should say, decided to include the brand new Galarian Darmanitan VMAX with the max whiteout attack for 4 energies, 200 damage. This attack does 30 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. This is a lot of spread damage in this deck. Galarian Darmanitan VMAX, 320 HP, pretty bulky, hits pretty hard, spreads a lot of damage. Definitely a very interesting inclusion to this deck. And we play a 2-1 line just to make sure we can get it out. And another very interesting inclusion is the Barraskewda with the attack targeted skewer. This is essentially Esper's attack from a couple of sets back. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon for each damage counter on that Pokemon. Now, I've found this extremely useful in a couple of matchups. Take for example, you can Inteleon VMAX Max Bullet hit 60 damage on a Crobat and actually finish off the Crobat with targeted skewer if it doesn't have something like a Big Charm or a Toughness Cape attached to it. Targeted skewer fits that math perfectly. And take for example, if we have a telescopic sight attached to the Inteleon VMAX and we hit something like a Mew3 for 90 damage, the Mew3 doesn't get a Big Charm or something that modifies its health on it, Barraskewda can finish it off because 90 plus 180 damage is that perfect 270 mark. So Barraskewda is definitely a very interesting card, and I very much do like it in Inteleon. I feel like Barraskewda definitely is sort of like a perfect partner with Inteleon VMAX. Really nice way to snipe off a Dedenne or a Crobat. And we play 2 Dedenne-GX, 2 Crobat V. We don't play the Jirachi engine, so we need some way to find all of our trainer cards. So we play a heavy line of Crobats and Dedennes. We play 1 Zigzagoon because Zigzagoon is just that good. If we need, sometimes we just need 1 more damage counter, and Galarian Zigzagoon is there for that. Now for the item cards, we play 2 Capacious Buckets, just to search out our water energies. Definitely a very nice way to do so. We play 2 Evolution Instance, 1 Great Ball, 2 Pokemon Communication, 5 ways to search out our evolution Pokemon, which is pretty cool. We definitely need a heavy search options because we play so many different types of Pokemon, so definitely respect the 2 Pokecom, 1 Great Ball, and the 2 Evolution Instance. We play 4 Quick Balls, obviously just to search out our basic Pokemon. We play 2 Nets and 1 Switch. This is probably the biggest weakness of the deck, is lack of mobility. because we do only play 5 switching options. I definitely would prefer a little bit more. The amount of times that I have been stuck with a Frosmoth in the active is a little too many times to count, so definitely would prefer an up count, but definitely still a pretty good balance, I would say. Just personal preference, I would prefer more. We play 2 scoop up nets, 1 switch, and 2 air balloons. For pivot options, 2 training courts, 1 bird keeper, 2 bosses orders, 4 Marnie, 4 research, 1 telescopic sight. I actually think I would like a few more telescopic sights just because it's so good right now. But 1 has been sort of doing well for me, to say the least. And we play 10 water energies. And yeah, this is the super spicy deck. Locked Nguyen bought to the Chills last chance qualifier and got 2nd place. And let's hop into some games. Alright, so hopping into our first game against Robin Hook. Good luck to him or her. We're going to call the coin flip here. We're going to call tails. We do win the coin flip. Even though most decks in the format these days sort of want to go first, I'm actually going to opt to go second because we are an evolution deck. We play a ton of basics that we want to get out on turn 1. And as you can see, if we went first with this hand, this actually would have been pretty darn bad. So definitely very happy I chose to go second. More times than not, you will find yourself lacking those basic Pokemons, and you definitely do need to dig for those specific basics you do need on turn 1, and you definitely want to have your draw supporters to work with for that reason on turn 1. So that's why I do like to go second with this deck. And it looks like we're up against either a Vikavolt deck, a straight Vikavolt deck, or Pikarom. Those are, or in very rare scenarios, Aurora Box. There's a quick ball from our opponents. Let's see what they get rid of here. Yellhorn. Alright, looks like we're up against straight Vikavolt. Alright, this is definitely going to be very interesting matchup, to say the least. In this specific matchup, we do not want to set up an Inteleon VMAX. We want to set up the Galarian Darmanitan VMAX because we do get hit by weakness from the Vikavolt V, and that is not what we want. I think I'm just going to play the Marnie here. Can I really afford to lose this many resources? I definitely want to dig sort of hard this turn. I'm just going to go with the research here, to be honest. We're losing 2 Marnies, which isn't great, but definitely get to see more cards. This hand's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. We have Quick Ball to get a Snom out. What I am scared of is if our opponent attaches, switches, and bosses our Moth KOs that, we might just be a little bit too behind at that point to win the game. I'm gonna bench the Galarian Darmanitan V here. Play the Quick Ball, get rid of this Inteleon V. We're not gonna be needing that this game. Get out the Snom. And next turn we have a research to go up with, and we also have access to Dedennes and Crobats on the following turn. So definitely a pretty solid turn 1 for us, I would say. We found the basics that we needed, and I'm going to pass over to our opponent here and see what they have going for them this turn. We're probably going to get item locked this turn, I would imagine, which is definitely annoying. But it's something we're going to have to deal with. Let's see if our opponent hits us with the Marnie. No, there's the Dedenne change. Alright, they get rid of Koga's Trap. That's definitely very interesting inclusion. You don't see that too often. There's a Crushing Hammer. Hits tails. That's very good for us. There's another Crushing Hammer. Hits heads. Alright. Can't really complain about that. At least it wasn't 1 for 1. Instead it was 1 heads, 1 tails. So we'll take it. There's Great Ball CPA Dedenne from our opponent there. Yeah, this is looking to be pretty rough. We're having a pretty slow setup. And just the pass from our opponent. Alright, we'll definitely take that. We're going to Evolution Incense here. Actually go for the Frosmoth, I think. We don't necessarily want to go for this yet. The reason being is if we charge all of this up and our opponent decides to boss our Galarian Darmanitan V and confuse us in the same turn, if we were to VMAX, we would have to find a switch, which we only do play 1 of. However, if we leave this unevolved, and our opponent bosses it and hits it, we can actually evolve it and remove the confusion, which I definitely think is the better play to make. So I'm going to grab out the Frosmoth here, evolve into the Frosmoth, and just go for the research here. Hopefully find some more cards to work with. Yikes, no water energies. That's definitely not ideal at all. I'm going to attach the air balloon onto the Frosmoth. I think I'm going to burn the switch right now. Yeah, we just need to see energies now at this point. Do I actually want to grab the Darmanitan out right now? I think I'm going to go with the same philosophy and say no. Even though we are sort of running low on Pokemon Search,
We have a few left. I think I'm okay doing this. Unfortunately, our opponent does have swell in play, so we're just gonna have to work a little bit harder to get those energies out from the discard pile. No, something to note is that we actually prized an Arrokuda, which is not ideal. What do we even grab from this comm here? Questions. I think I'm just gonna grab another Snom to work with, to be honest. I think this is okay. I'm gonna quick ball away the Marnie. Go grab a Dedenne. I think this is fine. And just play the Crobat first. We're just digging super hard for these energies at this point. Definitely need those to work with. There's two. There's the VMAX. That's not that good. We're gonna smack both of these onto here. Honestly, we could actually attack this turn. I think I like going for that. So now I'm gonna evolve and actually Dedenne change, because we could we could actually hit a bucket here and just have the attack to work with. Let's see if we get there. Yep, we actually got an attack. Turn 2. Isn't this turn 2? I think this is turn 2. That's actually really good. Turn 2 max whiteout. That's definitely pretty ideal, to say the least. I'm gonna play the Capacious Bucket before we can't. Grab these 2 water energies. I think I can hold off on smacking all of them there. Play the Training Court now. We can actually take a KO on the active if we really want to. I think I'm actually going to do that. So we're going to play the Great Ball here. Grab out a Dedenne. Play the Scoop Up Net on the Zigzagoon. Go for the KO on the active Vikavolt. And we're sitting in a pretty dominating position right now. Hopefully our opponent doesn't confuse us too hard next turn. The question is, do I actually want to Ice Dance all of the energies onto the VMAX so we can pay the hard retreat if they confuse us? I think I'm going to do that, actually. We have a Dedenne to work with in hand, so we can actually let something die by hard retreating if they do confuse us. And even then, we're still sitting in a pretty good spot. We're going to go with the max whiteout here. Spread some damage. We're gonna take 2 press cards here. There's a Marnie, that's really good. There is a Research, that's also really good. Alright. We're sitting in a dominating position here. Let's see if our opponent has anything to work with this turn. There's a Crushing Hammer. It does hit heads. Good thing we attached all those energies. But if our opponent does confuse us, we're still in a pretty spooky spot. There's the Yell Grunt. That's fine with us. There's the Dedenne change. Alright. Good thing we decided to attach all those energies, because if we hadn't, we would be in a pretty rough spot right now, to say the least. So definitely content with the play I made. There's the Stamp from our opponent. That's annoying. There's a Research, however. There's an Air Balloon. Oh, Air Balloons. Hopefully our opponent doesn't hit the item lock. I definitely want to put the Air Balloon on the active. That would be super nice. There's the concession from our opponent. They didn't have anything working for them. Looks like they probably whiffed the item lock, and that's going to do it for game 1 with the Moth box, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Alright, so hopping into our next game against the Zero Fen Zero. Good luck to him or her. We do see the Fire Bling, the Fire Coin, the Fire deck box. That's a pretty good sign for us. Probably means our opponent's playing Fire. They could just be trying to trick their opponents on ladder, though. I'm still going to opt to go second. Reason being, if our opponent's playing Fire, they could be playing Volcanion. And we just want to go second in the first place anyways. This is a very interesting start here. We have a bunch of Inteleon Vs to work with, which is not ideal, but certainly not bad, to say the least. I'm not going to start anything else here. Let's see what we're up against. Could either be Baby Blound, Scorch. There's the Eldegoss. That probably means we're up against Scorch if our opponent is truly playing a Fire deck. They got the Fire deck box, the Fire Sleeves, and the Fire Coin. Quick ball away the Pokegear. This is feeling like a Scorch. Yeah, Scorch. There's Scorch from our opponent. So definitely very good thinking for going second. Going second, definitely very ideal for us at the current moment. We're going to play the Great Ball here. No Snom to work with, unfortunately. I'm going to grab the Arrokuda here. I'm going to bench this. Definitely could be useful in this matchup. Now the question is, do we want to... I think I have to attach to a bench one, because theoretically, our opponent could Welder, attach 8120. Yeah, they could KO our active Inteleon, which would sort of suck. So I'm going to bench this one, commit to this one. I think I'm going to Crobat here for 3. I think that's okay. Helped us dig a little bit farther. No Snom to work with, unfortunately. Don't definitely want to hold off on playing the Training Court because our opponent definitely plays Hearth and we want to bump those. So we're going to play the Marnie here. See 5 new cards. There's a Calm. This hand is not good at all. The question is, I think I want to go for the Dedenne change here. I think I have to be honest. I don't think I can be stuck with this hand. If I grab the Snom, we would have absolutely 0. We would be in top deck mode, so I think I have to Dedenne change here. I'm going to attach the Air Balloon to the active, Air Balloon to Crobat and Dedenne. Okay, let's see what we draw. Hopefully a way to get a Snom. No Snom to work with. That is atrocious. Alright, we're going to have to pass over to our opponent. I think it's okay that I didn't retreat into the Dedenne. Inteleon V I feel like is sort of the hardest thing for our opponent to KO. I could have retreated into the Crobat, but I don't know if that would have made too much of a difference. They decided to Dedenne here. They do have a giant heart to work with. And yeah, we actually have both Frosmoths in hand. That's not good at all. Yeah, hopefully we can come back. We can draw into a way to get a Snom on this following turn. There's a Crobat from our opponent. Looks like they're digging for a Welder most likely. Yep, there's a Fire Energy from our opponent from the Giant Hearth. They're going to play the Crobat here. We're going to draw 4 new cards. Let's see if our opponent hits the Welder here and manages to KO our Inteleon V. There's the Fire Crystal. That is a start. If they have the Welder, they actually probably will hit the KO here, unfortunately. Just a pass. Alright, that's stellar. There's a Court from our opponent. I think we're definitely going to play this here. Gonna attach to the benched Inteleon V, and I think I'm just gonna pass to our opponent. Maybe. Now that I think about it, retreating into the Crobat's probably always better here. Should have done that last turn. Thank goodness our opponent didn't manage to KO it. Do I go with the research here or no? I think I'm gonna hold off and pass. I still don't want to lose the 2 Frosmoths. If we top deck something like a Calm, we could save one, which would be more than ideal, to be quite honest. But if we KO this, I think we actually just win the game anyway, so maybe researching away that here wouldn't be too big of a deal. There's the Quick Ball from our opponent getting rid of the Fire Energy. That's fine. They play a lot anyways, so it doesn't really make too big of a difference here. Let's see what they grab. There's a Heatran. That's a little spooky. That can one-hit KO our Inteleon VMAX pretty easily here. Yeah, so hopefully we draw into some way to save a Frosmoth. There's the switch from our opponents. They're going into the Cramorant here. Are they gonna go for? They're going for the Beak Catch. All right, that's definitely an interesting play. Maybe we want to top deck a Marnie now. Let's see what they're gonna grab 2 cards off of the Beak Catch. Probably a Welder and an attachment. But even then, they still can't. Let's see, 3, 5, 3, 5, 6. They can't one-hit KO us next turn no matter what. There's the Marnie top deck. Alright, that's what I'm talking about. We're going to play the Marnie here, punish our opponent for going for that Beak Catch. Hopefully we draw into an Inteleon VMAX. No, we do not. Alright. Looks like we're just going to be playing the waiting game here, unfortunately. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to pass. Definitely don't want to hit this because our opponent could theoretically KO it. I'm just going to pass now. Yeah, definitely very unfortunate whiff there. But to be quite frank, it does give us more time to set up our Inteleon Vs without the Frosmoth, so maybe it's okay here. There's the Pokegear for the Welder. It's about time our opponent hit a Welder, so not unacceptable at all, to be honest. I'm definitely content with them whiffing until like turn 4, turn 3 here, so I'm fine. They actually attach it to the Cramorant here. Looks like they're going for the Spit Shot. Alright, that makes sense. On to the Dedenne. I don't know how I feel about that one, to be honest. In my opinion, they probably should have hit the Inteleon V, because they want to go through 2 VMAXs, but I guess that's, if they make that play, that's fine with us. They also have a big hand now that we can Marnie away. We'll definitely take that. Yeah, I think we just go with the Marnie here. Hopefully we can finally hit an Inteleon VMAX. That would be very nice. There's the Inteleon VMAX. The rest of this hand, not so great. However, we'll still take it. Gonna evolve into the Inteleon VMAX here. Still no Snom to work with. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to go with the Max Bullet here. Probably, if our opponent plays Big Charm, that could be annoying. I think I'm just gonna hit a
think I'm just gonna hit a Dedenne here. Theoretically, they could Big Charm one of these and make it too hard for us to KO because we don't play too many Nets and Zigzagoons. However, because we hit the Dedenne, if they attach the Big Charm, we can actually Goon Ping and still 3-hit KO with the 60 damage from Max Bullet. So let's see what our opponents got going for them. Let's see, they cannot KO our Inteleon VMAX this turn, which is definitely something to note. They do Welder for 1 to the Cramorant V. I don't really agree with that at all, to be honest. This means they can't even go for the Spit Shot, which makes this play 10 times weaker than what if they had 2 energies. I could see this play making sense, but that just doesn't make sense at all. Maybe they're just gonna go for the hard retreat here, but that feels so bad. There's a switch into this Centiskorch V. Are they really gonna go for the Radiating Heat here? We have a water energy in our hand to work with. I feel like this is just the end for our opponent, to be honest. I mean, this play doesn't feel great for them at all. Just a Radiating Heat. That doesn't feel great at all. And next turn, our opponent can only hit 80, 120. They double Welder attach. 80, 120, 160, 200. That's not enough to KO our dude at all. I think our opponents I think this is the end for our opponents. Their plays just haven't been making sense at all. I think I can just go for the research. Do I want to bench anything else here? If I bench this, they could boss it up, which would not be good for us at all. I think they can afford to bench the Goon here. I think that feels fine. Probably ping the Dedenne here. Play the research, looking for a Snom to work with. Hey, we found the Snom. Wonderful. Probably gonna attach the site to the active here. I think we're looking like we're in a pretty good spot. Gonna hold off on. Do I want to evolve now? I think evolving now is actually the play because we go KO, and then we can actually snipe this, which is actually really good. So I'm gonna evolve here. Just go for that Max Bullet. Hit the Cram, take a KO on that, and now we're just 2 prize cards away from winning. So our opponent needs to pull some wonky play. Otherwise, they actually just lose to Max Bullet next turn if they don't find a way to remove this telescopic sight, because we actually hit 90 on that Dedenne. Yeah, this match just sets up the victory for us perfectly. There's the stamp from our opponent. Do they have a Tool Scrapper to work with is the question. There's a Quick Ball. There's the concession from our opponent. They don't have anything. They can't do anything because of their plays. They couldn't do anything to our Inteleon VMAX that turn. And that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you are enjoying the content, please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, please remember to stay safe and have a good day. And peace out.